Hi everybody, Linda Carroll here from my studio, Gatherer of Great Things, and welcome to the 7th day of Christmas. Hope everybody had a great New Year, New Year's Day, and we were able to relax a bit. And today I'm going to get back into my collage series, the Weird and Wonky Collage series of the 12 days of Christmas. And on the 7th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 7 swans a-swimming, 6 geese a-laying, 5 golden rings, 4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. But before I go there, I want to talk a little bit about the 6th day of Christmas. I did finish it off camera, and I want to thank one of my subbies for her suggestions. She questioned my placement of some of the eggs, and that I had some of them had the shadow on the bottom and some of them had the shadow on the top. And I went back and I looked at the collage, and indeed that's what I had done. This one and this one and this one had the shadow on the top. It wasn't intentional. I don't know. I guess I just was tired or something, or wasn't paying attention, or turned them over when I was gluing them down or something. But I went in, and actually it worked out for the better because I changed some of the colors too of the eggs that I used. And this one had very little contrast with the background, so I put a new egg in there. And this one was very light and almost was too much of a focus of the piece, so I put a darker egg in here. And she also asked me, why didn't I put any of the lettering in? And I had cut the letters out, 6 geese a-laying, but I couldn't quite figure out where I wanted to put the letters. So I kind of played around a little bit with those letters, and I do love the font that the book is set in. So I ended up cutting it apart, and I placed geese here and a laying up here. And I thought of the words more as a graphic element, like a line, rather than a word. And that's why they ended up in these spots, and going vertically instead of horizontally. So thank you for your suggestions and for your questions. It made me look at my collage again, really look at it and make some changes. And then I did finish her hair and the nest below her face. I used my yellow Posca pen, and I also used my brown Posca pen. Now these are acrylics. They are a little bit translucent. They're not totally opaque, especially the yellow. Now the brown tends to be more opaque. And I also used my Prismacolor pencils, the canary yellow and the ochre brulee, in order to blend the straw from the nest, or grasses from the nest, into her hair, and just to make it more, to make the piece look as though it really does fit together. And I'm pleased with the way that it turned out. I also went in with my white Posca pen, and I made the white of her eyes a little bit more white and then added a little bit of a reflection in her eyes. So this one is finished, and I think it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed working on that. So I went into my magazines and my book, and I did make a copy of this page, one that was more centered, and I decided to fussy cut out the image of my 7 swans a-swimming. And then I went to my magazines, and my first thought was I want to find a martini glass and have the swans swimming in the martini. But I was not very successful. But I did find some images that I liked. I found this image and loved the colors, and I think that this echoed the colors of the swans swimming. So I pulled that one, and then I found an ad that had beautiful background, and it was on 2 pages, and these colors really accented the colors in the collage. And let's see, did I find anything else? I found this page, and there were 2 figures on this page, and they were really active and fun. So I pulled those pages, and I thought, okay, I have something to work with now. And what I came up with is something a little bit different than what I've been working on. But this is the figure from the ad, and the colors worked really well with the colors in the swans. So I found this, and then I had fussy cut out my swans. And then from the ad that I found, I cut this out to go down here at the bottom. Now this image right here is part of the page that I stitched into the book. It was a Tommy Bahama ad, and what I did is I cut the advertising part out of the middle, and then I cut another piece out of this same ad and laid it underneath here to create a different background. And it's almost like you're looking through a window. And I really like the way all of my colors are blending together. And if you look at this, I have my page again divided into thirds. Here's a third, here's a third, and here's a third. So I have a pleasing design to the eye laid out. And then when I place this here, and I wanted it right below that blue horizontal line so that I would still indeed have my third made very clear, the bottom third of my layout. So I have this third, I have this third, and I have this third. And I went I mean, to me, this is a complete piece, a painting. But I needed to put my 7 swans a-swimming in here. And I had fussy cut them out, and I thought, well, if I place them in the page down here at the bottom, they do have this blue area to kind of swim around. down here. Not that it has to be realistic by any sense of the word. By the way, I used a piece of washi tape down at the bottom to cover up the address down there. And again, the colors all worked really, really well. I don't know. This might be a Jane Davenport washi tape. I'm not sure. But the colors really, really spoke to me. And the rest of the collage. So I used that down at the bottom. And I had fussy cut this figure, and I thought, wouldn't she be really, really, wouldn't it be fun to have her walking on the water down here with all these swans swimming around her. So I've been working on trying to place her in just the right spot in the collage and trying to decide if I wanted her partially in the window or if I wanted her in front of the window. And now that I'm looking at it, I think I want her in front, because it'll give me a little bit more opportunity to show her entire head. And I haven't yet decided that her head is going to stay there. But for now, that is the placement that I have in mind. Now, if you can see here, her heel is over the top of the swan's head. And I don't want that. I want her to actually be in the water. So what I'm going to do is carefully cut using an X-Acto knife. And I'm on my self-healing pad. So I'm just going to cut very carefully around my swan's head. Okay, and just in case, I'm going to do the same thing. Let's see how she'll fall on here. Okay, I think that's good. Let's bring my collage back in. Now when I cut this out, my knife slipped and I cut right here. So what I'm trying to do, even though when it's glued down it may not show, I'm kind of trying to use her arm to cover that up. Okay. I think that really works. I like her placements. I love the fact that the swans are swimming around her. Even though they are kind of floating down here above the blue water. So I think what I'm going to do is start gluing these preliminary pieces down, even though I don't have it finished yet. I think I wanna glue down the pieces that I have. So let me take her and my geese. And I think the first piece I want to glue down is this one. Then I'm going to glue this to the background. Okay. And I'm going to go on the back side. Okay, now I have my swans that I need to place and my party girl. I think what I want to do is just get her tacked down here. So now I can glue down this entire piece. And I think for this, I'm going to use my glue stick. I have all these little fussy pieces of water and swan heads, so you need to be careful and make sure that you do get glue on all of these pieces, especially the edges. Okay. Now I want her arm to be right here. Uh-oh. Her heel slid out from underneath the swan's head. There we go. Okay, so here's my basic layout. Now I have to decide what else I want to include in this collage. Okay, number one, let's see if I can find green. I don't like this little area up here because I have some pieces. Aren't cooperating. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now, what else do I want to? I still have these pieces. These pieces of jewelry, which the color works. I could holding this in her hand. That's one option instead of the cupcake. Let's see. I also have this peacock that could be standing on her hand. Huh. Okay, I have to fussy cut this out and see. Notice that I'm not moving my scissors. I'm moving the paper to get close to the edge of these peacock feathers. All right, let's see what we have here that we can work with. Do I like that or not? I really like the colors. What I don't like is it kind of breaks my plane here for the top third of this layout. But if I kind of pretend that it is a fan that she's holding and not a peacock. I like that because that kind of creates a different direction, and it's not stable. That's very stable and doesn't create any kind of a movement or anything. But this, if I put it this way, it takes on a different meaning, and it becomes a fan in her hand, even though it's a peacock, and also fills this space. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, too bad we don't have 12 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I might have to add a 12th feather in here. I like that. I really like that. Okay, let's keep the peacock fan there. And let's see what else we can add that I might have from other pieces of collages. I have these two windows from the 5 Golden Rings page. Let's see what we can do with those. I really like how this color palette is working throughout these pages. Okay, here's one. Here's 2. I could put them here on the side. I can put them behind the fan. Kind of like them over here. I did put a piece of washi tape right here, and I think that one definitely was Jane Davenport to cover up an address line. But if I put one here, it's kind of like she's looking out a window. Okay, so we have the fan, we have a window now that she's looking out of, so that's a good thing. Let's see if I have anything else. And I've saved. Okay, here's the reflection of the peacock. All right, I'm going to cut this feather out here. And tuck it right back here, maybe. Or I can put it over here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm happy. I have my 12 in there. She's holding the fan. I have my 12 feathers. I have my windows. And what else do I need? At this stage, when I'm working on collages, I start having things everywhere, which to me, it's kind of that out of the chaos is coming all of this goodness. So I'm happy with that. There's this chandelier here and lots of cupcakes. Now, okay, I really need a number 7, but I don't know that I really want to use my numbers with the red border. Let's try one and see. Although that might work. I could turn it into pink. I could, let's try that. Let's try making it a pink border. Try my Posca pen and see what happens. I don't think I put the link to where I downloaded these numbers from in yesterday's video, so I'll try and remember to include it in this one. Okay, that's much better. That kind of gives me this triangle going on here. Okay. 7. I need my 7 swans swimming. Seven. Seven swans are swimming. 7 swans. I really like the way this worked out over here. So let's try that again. It's just gonna fit. Okay. Okay, I just got this crazy idea. Let's see if this works. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. Let's see what happens. It's getting kind of a cartoon, comic booky kind of feel to it, but you know, we're talking about being a little bit rebellious here, and the Dadas were kind of the forerunners of the pop art movement, so I think we will introduce a little bit of that into our collage today. All right, let's get these down. And I hope you can see how collages can just, you know, grow by elements kind of talking to one another and creating their own conversations among themselves. And colors seem to come together. Okay, I really want to get her fan here. I'm wondering if I can lift her thumb without ruining. I can, because this isn't glued to anything. I just remembered. Okay. Okay, so she's holding her fan. And we have this piece to put in there. I think I need to okay. I believe that this collage may be done. Now I might go in with my my Posca pens and work a little bit, not a lot. See, I have my 7 swans a swimming. I have my design here. My page is divided into thirds. I have my main object walking on water, and that idea might remind you of someone else. I have my number 12 and the 12 feathers. I definitely have my color palette, even though there's a little bit more pink in here. I think it flows really well with the rest of the book. And I'm pleased with this. If anything else, I would add something in here that is totally doesn't have anything to do with the rest of the story. But you know, this is kind of a lot of fun. It makes me chuckle a little bit when I look at it. The only thing that's bothering me is this white right here. Let's see. And that was in the ad like that. It's like they add some color up in here. But it was just really sticking out to me, like it really did not belong there. Okay, I'm really getting fussy now. But so here we are, the 7th day of Christmas, and our swans are swimming, and it looks to me to be a beautiful day for our fan dancer, fan walker on water. So I think I'm going to call that a wrap for this collage. So I can move on to my next one. I feel like I'm on a roll here. So I think I'm going to do another collage, or at least look for the elements for the next collage. But I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded to my computer. And then we can move on to the 8th day of Christmas. I hope you all are having a great day. It's rainy here, so it's a good day to be in the studio. And I will see you again very soon. Many blessings to you. Bye for now.